Hello, today I'm going to talk about the high-low method, which is part of your ACCA F5 as well as F2 program. At the end of this video, if you have any comments or any questions, please leave them in the comment section, or you can email me. My email address is at the bottom, that is anirudh.malhotra@gmail.com. So getting back to high-low method, before you understand this method, you need to have a basic idea about costing, that is your variable cost, and fixed cost, which makes up the total cost in a manufacturing environment. So your variable cost by definition is a cost which is the same per unit or constant, and as you produce more units, your total variable cost increases. On the contrary, fixed cost is something that remains the same no matter what your activity level. For example, rent. Whether you produce anything or not, you still have to pay that same amount of rent. On the other hand, raw material required per unit of production is your variable cost. As you produce more units, you'll require more raw material, and hence your total variable cost will increase proportionately. So that being said, we come back to the high-low method and we'll start with an example. In this particular example, we have variable cost of $20 per unit and fixed cost of $5,000. If you have different activity levels, like you're producing 50 units or 125 and so on, your total cost will change. We have total cost here, which is nothing but your total variable cost plus your fixed cost. So when you're producing 50 units, your total variable cost will be 50 units into $20 per unit, that is $1,000. Likewise, for 125 units, it will be 125 into 20, that is $2,500. And likewise, for 250, it will be 5,000. So as you can see, your total variable cost increases as the activity level or manufacturing increases. However, in all the three cases, your fixed cost remains the same, which is 5,000. Now that we have both the cost, we can calculate the total cost, that is 1,000 plus 5,000, we get 6,000. Likewise, 2,500 plus 5,000, we get 7,500, and so on. In all the cases, it was possible to calculate the total cost because we had the variable cost and the fixed cost. And based on this, we can calculate the total cost for any activity level. However, without these two costs, that is your variable cost and fixed cost, you will not be able to calculate the total cost for any other activity level. Hence, we use the high-low method to calculate the variable cost per unit. And once we have that, we are able to calculate the fixed cost, and then we can calculate the cost for any activity level. So we'll use the same examples and try to find out how we calculate the cost for B, and then A, and then the total cost for any activity level. So before we move into that, we need to understand the equation, cost equation, that is y is equals to A plus Bx, where y is your total cost and A is your fixed cost, B is your variable cost, and X is the activity level. If we substitute this with one of the cost levels in our example, say for 50 units, we had the total cost of 6,000, whereas our fixed cost was 5,000, and we had the variable cost of 20 and activity level of 50. If we add these up, we get 5,000 plus 20 into 50, that is 1,000, we get 6,000. So coming back to our example, let's have X and Y. Here X is the activity level, which was 50 units, 125 units and 250 units. Whereas Y, our total cost was 6,000, 7,500 and 10,000. Now remember, we are using the high-low method here to determine a variable cost, that is B, and a fixed cost A. So we'll assume that we are not aware that it is 5,020. Now, high-low method has a formula which you have to use, which says cost at highest activity level minus cost at lowest activity level divided by highest activity level minus lowest activity level. Keep in mind that we are talking about the cost at highest activity level and the cost at lowest activity level. We are not talking about your highest and lowest cost. So cost at highest activity level is 10,000 and cost at lowest activity level is 6,000 divided by 250 minus 50, and what you get is 4,000 divided by 200, which is 20. And so what you have calculated here is your B, or your variable cost. Now that we have calculated the value of b, we can substitute b in a formula y is equals to a plus bx, where we have x over here and we have y, which is here, and we can simply calculate the value of a. For example, let's use an activity level of 50. So y is equals to a plus bx. If we substitute it, it becomes 6,000 from here is equals to a, which we still have to calculate, plus b, that is 20, and x is 50. So a is equals to 6,000 minus 20 into 50, and hence we get the value of a as 5,000. So here we have seen how we use the high-low method to calculate the value of b, that is your variable cost, and then based on that we were able to calculate the value of a by substituting b in the equation, y is equals to a plus bx. And now we have the values of both a and b, which is your fixed cost and variable cost. So say for example, now you wanted to calculate the total cost at an activity level of 1,000 units. We would simply use the same equation where you'd say y is equals to a plus bx, that means 5,000, plus b, that is 20, and this time our x is 1,000, which gives us 5,000 plus 20,000. And hence you can say that your total cost at an activity level of 1,000 units will be $25,000. So once again, remember what you have used is you have used high-low method to calculate the value of b. Then you substituted b in the equation, y is equals to a plus bx, and you calculated the value of a. And then you were able to calculate the total cost at any activity level. There are certain assumptions here that the variable cost was constant per unit and the fixed cost did not change. However, in real world, sometimes the fixed cost will change as your activity level changes. So in my next video, I'll be talking about using the high-low method when your fixed cost changes as per activity level. I hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments or email me. And thank you.